Let's talk about a T20 match that, on the surface, makes absolutely no sense. You have massive hitting, a huge score on the board, and then a result that seems to defy all logic. The big question we're tackling today is, how on earth does a team post a monster score of 220 and still end up losing, and losing comfortably?
So, this is it. This is the core mystery we're unpacking. Kolkata Knight Riders put up a fantastic total, a score that 9 times out of 10 wins you the game. But Mumbai Indians didn't just scrape by. They chased it down with 5 balls left in the tank. So how in the world did that happen?
So let's set the scene. It's the IPL 2026 match between KKR and Mumbai Indians. Now look at these scores. On paper, this looks like a nail-biter, right? A real down-to-the-wire kind of game. But the reality? Oh, it was a completely different story. This match was won and lost long before that final over even began.
Okay, so to figure out the chase, we first have to understand the innings that set that massive target. And let me tell you, KKR came out of the gates absolutely on fire.
I mean, KKR's openers, Finn Allen and Ajinkya Rahane, were just swinging for the fences. They were going so fast that their projected score was north of 250. At that point, you're not just thinking, that's a good score. You're thinking, game over. No way anyone's chasing that.
So the big question is, how did that 250-plus projection get whittled all the way down to 220? While the answer isn't some complex team strategy, it all comes down to the performance of one specific bowler.
And that bowler was Shardul Thakur. You know, this quote from the live commentary just says it all. He didn't just get a wicket here and there, he completely redrew the entire map of the KKR innings.
What's really fascinating here is the timing. This wasn't just 3 random wickets. No, this was a systematic dismantling. Over 8 overs, he took out KKR's most dangerous set batsmen, one by one. First, the explosive Allen, then the fluent Cameron Green, and finally the anchor, Captain Rahane. He just pulled the rug right out from under them.
And if you zoom in, you can really see his genius at work. Take Finn Allen. The guy was batting with a crazy strike rate, scoring more than 2 runs for every ball he faced. But against Thakur, that plummeted. One single, clever slower ball completely bamboozled Allen. It was like Thakur just slammed the brakes on KKR's runaway train.
All right, so with KKR's momentum blunted, the stage was set for Mumbai's reply, and they came out with a totally different game plan, just pure, relentless aggression right from ball 1.
Mumbai's openers, Rohit Sharma and the debutant Ryan Rickleton, were simply on another planet. They raced to their 50-run partnership in just 25 deliveries. That's insane speed. It immediately put KKR's bowlers completely on the back foot.
And they did not let up, not even close. The 100 came up in just 49 balls. By the time that first power play was over, Mumbai were already at 80 for no loss, and that required run rate was starting to look like a walk in the park.
By the time KKR finally managed to break that partnership, they'd already put on a staggering 148 runs in less than 12 overs. Think about that. This wasn't just setting a platform. It was basically breaking the back of the chase right then and there.
So at this stage, Mumbai were already clear favorites, with a win probability well over 70%. But the next 6 balls? Well, the next 6 balls would be the final nail in the coffin. This was the match's true tipping point.
This, right here, this is where the game was truly won. Rohit Sharma decided to take on KKR's trump card, their best bowler, Sunil Narine. KKR brought Narine on to slow things down, maybe take a wicket. Instead, Rohit just dismantled him. 3 boundaries, 22 runs, game, set, match. And you can see the impact immediately. That one over caused an 18.2% swing in win probability. It jumped from about 72% to a flat 90%. It was the single largest momentum shift of the entire match. It turned a likely win into a foregone conclusion.
So to really understand just how vital those 2 performances from Thakur and from Rohit really were, we can use a pretty cool tool to look at the game that could have been.
We're using a tool called Black Mirror, which basically lets us run what-if scenarios. It's kind of like a cricket multiverse, right? We can change one key moment, like a specific bowler having a bad day, and see how it would have changed the entire outcome of the match.
Okay, first up, what if Shardul Thakur just had an average day? You know, he concedes some runs, doesn't take those key wickets. Well, the model shows KKR would have cruised to a score of around 237. And with those extra 17 runs, they would have won the match.
Now, let's flip it. What if Rohit Sharma had gotten out for 52 instead of his match-winning 78? The model is just as clear. MI's chase completely falls apart, they fall short by over 20 runs, and KKR wins comfortably. So you see, those two individual performances weren't just good, they were the absolute pillars of the final result.
So, how do these individual, game-changing moments connect to a team's overall strategy? To see this, we can look at one last concept: burn rate. Just think of it like this. In a T20 match, your 10 wickets are your currency. Burn rate just measures how well a team is spending that currency to buy what it really wants, which is runs.
And right here you can see the whole story of the match laid out strategically. KKR started perfectly, but they were forced into a reactive, conservative phase because of Thakur's wickets. MI, on the other hand, established such dominance early on that they could control their resource burn perfectly. They never once had to take a bad risk.
And that leaves us with one final thought. This match was won and lost on two opposite moments: Shardul Thakur's incredible spell that prevented runs, and Rohit Sharma's brilliant innings that scored them. It just raises a fascinating question about this game we love. What is truly more valuable to winning a match?